Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, the fact that the southern regions of the Nigerian space are chattel to the northern regions is a matter that has long been settled. It is a matter that has been settled and consigned to the annals of history, and there are no arguments being brooked on that particular matter anymore. The southern regions of the Nigerian space are chattel to the northern region, and not even indentured chattel, not even indentured chattel, just chattel. Guys, I bring you this. The Nigerian army has explained the discrepancy in the ongoing recruitment into the short service combat corps 2021. So discrepancy in army recruitment, I don't even need to go any further into the body of this particular narrative for you to already know the direction of travel of this video. Fulanization, of course, nothing else, because of course that is the recurring decimal that we have been contending with since 2015, and this is now something that is now being cemented into the landscape of the Nigerian space, so that even when Malam Buhari is long and gone, that thing now that he has now put in place will prove, if not impossible, but near impossible at least, to move. So the cementing of a Fulanization is what we are seeing taking place before our very own eyes, as again the Nigerian army has explained the discrepancy in the ongoing recruitment into the short service combat corps 2021. So now let's now see now how Fulanization is explained army style. An online news outlet had alleged nepotism in the Nigerian Army's ongoing recruitment, saying that the southeast states had 42 candidates, whilst the North Central had 58 candidates. But the Army Director of Public Relations, Mohammed Yerima, in a statement on Wednesday, stressed that each geopolitical zone in the country was given equal representation with 8 candidates selected from the comprising states. Mr. Yerima, however, noted that the difference in the number came about because North Central has 7 states, including the FCT. The statement reads, "It is pertinent to state that the Nigerian Army strictly complies with the federal character policy. Accordingly, an equal number of 8 candidates were selected from each state of the Federation, except in rare instances where a state did not have the required number of eligible candidates to fill its 8 vacancies. In such instances, the vacancies will be filled by contiguous states from the same geopolitical zone. Following this number allocated per state, the Southeast, which is made up of 5 states, was entitled to 40 candidates. However, 2 extra vacancies were allocated to the geopolitical zone, thereby making a total of 42 candidates instead of 40. North Central, for instance, has 7 states, including the FCT. Taking 8 candidates from each state in the geopolitical zone gives a total of 56 in addition to 2 extra vacancies, as was also allocated to the Southeast, giving the total of 58. It is therefore quite uncharitable and blatantly divisive for any media organization to whip up sentiment from such a straightforward exercise conducted by the Nigerian Army in the best interest of the nation. The general public, including media practitioners, are encouraged to always seek clarification from Army headquarters whenever in doubt on any issue, rather than rushing to publish reports that will be defamatory to the image of the Nigerian Army and injurious to Nigeria's unity. So injurious to the Nigerian unity. And look at that. This is why I said that the southern regions, the system in Nigeria is such that the southern regions will be in a perpetual servitude to the north. So the southern regions will be in perpetual servitude to the north. So this guy now, the public relations guy for the army, has come out to give an explanation regarding this thing that is bubbling in the media space, that are the bias again towards the north. And what this guy has done is to open the books and show everybody the processes that they had gone through. So the processes in the books says that each state gets an allocation of 8 candidates. So now what this guy is explaining is that they only have 5 states in Igbo land and they have 7 in North Central. We're not even talking about the entirety of the North. We're talking about North Central. And you have to understand that even though we all know that the North is split into different sub-ethnic groups, but really in terms of the Nigerian landscape, they speak with one unison voice, with one united voice. So effectively the North is the North, and that's sweeps up the Nupes, the Fulanis, the Hausas, etc. So we all consider them to be the North, and more importantly, they consider themselves to be the North because the interest that they share is common, which is to hold the whip hand over the South. So now, what this guy is saying is that North Central has 7 states and the Southeast has 5 states. So if you are saying, if they are even playing by the rules, and the rule says each state gets 5, from now till the end of time, the North Central alone, not talking about the entirety of the North, but just one region within the North Central, from now till the end of time, the North Central will always outnumber the Igbos in the Nigerian army. So you see where the perpetual servitude comes in. And if you add on the other northern regions, the Northeast, the Northwest, the North whatever, and all of the Norths, the North-South whatever, all of the northern regions, if you add the combination of them, the numbers that they will have, just going by this, what will seem like a fair, what will seem like a fair process, that everybody gets the same, you get it and I get it. It's just that I'm subdivided into smaller chunks, so my 8 then gets replicated over my subdivision. Your 8 gets replicated over your subdivision, but my subdivision is 3 times your subdivision, so my 8 is 3 times your 8. So you are perpetually, and if we add the Yorubas onto the Igbos and we add the Norths together, it's still about 1-4 in terms of the ratios, if we're going by this formula. So they will continually outnumber the southerners within the Nigerian space, within the governance and the structures of the Nigerian space. So we're talking about the army now, but now let's extrapolate and project. So let's extrapolate that formula that the army has defined, that they take 8 from each state, and then let's project that into any federal institution within the Nigerian space, because the army now is telling us that they are complying with a federal character. So now let's use that as the formula for compliance with a federal character. Let's use that now as the formula for compliance with federal character. Let's use that equi number as the formula right across all of the federal institutions that we have within the Nigerian space. So you go to the police, the same recruitment formula, you take it, I take it, but my 8 replicates 4 times to your own 1. So outnumbered in the police, take the judiciary, the Ministry of Justice or whatever, the same formula, you are outnumbered. Take any and everywhere, the same formula, you are outnumbered. So the only leg now that the southerners still have within the Nigerian space is the advantage of education, because these people, they don't have, as much as they have weighted the policies and the structures of the country in their own direction, they don't have the numbers in terms of educated people to fill the upper echelons of a lot of these parastatals. So when you see a lot of these parastatals, you see the arrowhead as some Hausa Fulani guy, and then when you look at the administrations and the permanent secretary and the people that actually do the function of that parastatal or ministry or whatever, or whatever it is, if you look at the people that actually do the functions, the permanent secretary, the people who are actually doing the work of the parastatal is usually weighted in the direction of the southerners, because the northerners simply don't have the education to be able to function in a way that will allow that parastatal to function. But if they get that education and then they apply this same principle of 848 but 4-1, then of course you'll be completely and permanently subsumed. So that is why I'm saying not even indentured chattel, but actual chattel. Effectively, the southerners are properties of the northerners. This is exactly the narrative, and this is written into the Nigerian constitution as a policy position, a situation of perpetual servitude. But what way out is the question. Come share thought about all this with me in the comment section. But before you come into the comment section to engage, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all the clickings, they are taking us to Okweru. Okweru means the farm of slavery. So that's the Yoruba term for Okweru. But how do we retrieve ourselves from the shackles that the Manamis have tied around our ankles is the question. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.